Hey, this is Joe with Black Koi Water Features. This week we're going to be working on a pondless waterfall renovation. So we have this feature, it's got to be at least 10 plus years old. It's got a lot of problems with it, and we're going to completely transform it into this new state-of-the-art pondless waterfall. This job is in Hendersonville, North Carolina, so it's our hometown. So stick around, watch this video, and thank you so much for watching. So we are working on the mountain, and the mountain jobs have their challenges, and this is one of them. You can't tell probably from the video, but we're really steep right here. So we're having to clear a pathway for our machine access, just trimming up some rhododendrons. I really love rhododendrons, so I want to be thoughtful about what I'm cutting and where I'm cutting it. But we have to get through here, so. So if you see, so this feature here has this liner. I do believe this is the liner you can buy at Home Depot and Lowe's, but you can see how it's basically just a tarp. If you buy a home, you have a water feature and you have this liner in, it is most certainly gonna leak. And when you see plastic, that makes it even worse. This is basically the same thing as a garbage bag. You can see it's just regular polyplastic. This feature here was probably leaking from day one. So I just discovered that there was an old concrete fountain, and then it got put, plastic got put on top of it. So concrete's inevitably gonna crack unless it's built with rebar and gunite, kind of like a swimming pool, right? So you can see it in if you look at these, if you look at the structure of the feature. So rocks and concrete are both porous, so that means water is gonna go through these. So unless you seal them up, and that sealer usually doesn't last more than a couple years. So if you have a feature like that, same thing, it's doomed to fail, unfortunately. I'm a little concerned that I'm gonna hit some big boulders and potentially some bedrock right here. A lot of times when people have a basement like this, the builders tend to like bring all the rocks to one side, and I can just see a bunch of boulders here, but I'm hoping we don't hit anything. We'll just have to wait and find out. All right, so I jinxed it. We hit bedrock. It's actually, you don't know if it's legitimately bedrock or just a gigantic boulder, but it's easily 8 foot of a boulder right here. So what we're gonna do is make a larger reservoir, so not go as deep, but go wider, because we need water volume to run this feature. So we can either get that in depth or in width, so we're gonna go width. It's still gonna look awesome, arguably better. this sucks. So this is just a piece of that bedrock. It is super dense, super heavy. I mean, this thing is way heavier than the boulders that we use that are comparable size. But you can just see how it's so dense.
Looks like everything's going pretty good. Pretty good. So we're trying to work around all this bedrock, which has proven to be quite difficult. It's really starting to break Antonio's back, but we're chugging along and making it work. Over in the mountains we get a lot of bedrock, so something to be expected.
How's today going, Brandon?
It's going good. It's going good. It's pretty tough over where we're working on all the bedrock, but we're working on getting all this rock down there. So if we could just get all the rock down into position today and get the basin in, we'll be able to rock and roll even with the rain tomorrow. So
good plan.
Yeah,
good plan. All right, we are back, day 3 of construction. We had a couple rain days, so we're making slow progress. It's very muddy, but it is what it is.
so we just had to take a boulder out because we want this to look really, really good, and we felt like it should be built into the dirt a little bit more. So doing a little bit more excavating, but we've about finished up with all the boulders we got to place. So that's exciting.
All right, we got all the boulders in place. It was very difficult. To access on this job is really tough. We had to roll them down the hill and bring them down one at a time. We couldn't get our skid steer in here, so we had to do everything with our excavator. Some of these jobs can be challenging, but ultimately we want it to look as good as it can, and sometimes it requires a lot of extra effort. So we have a lot of waterfall drops going this way and this way. So there's gonna be a great view from this location and this location.
So I'm just checking if the foaming is good in here and seeing if all the falls look right, and it's flowing pretty good. So you can see it's flowing over the waterfall good. So I got the clean out pump going, and yeah, just to test it out.
All right, we finished this The feature looks amazing. What a transformation. Take a look at this. I love how this thing has all these twists and turns, how it has different viewpoints. When you're at the fire pit area, when you're at the house, it looks different, but very cool in both areas. So I think it turned out very nice. It's a major transformation. It was a really fun project. We had some pretty good challenges with the steepness, the weather. We had some rain. I thought I was going to get the excavator stuck for a second. We had to roll boulders down the hill like bowling balls, but we had a good time, as we always do. And we got another happy customer and another amazing water feature. This is Joe with Black and White Water Features. Thank you so much for watching this video on this log cabin pond waterfall restoration. If you guys are looking for a waterfall or a pond in Greenville, South Carolina, or Asheville, North Carolina, I'd love to talk to you. Thank you so much for watching.